Alright guys, welcome back. I'm really excited for this video. I can't wait to continue on. Cannot wait to hear how they explain this. We just saw Edelgard being revealed as the Flame Emperor, so I'm going to go ahead and continue, and hopefully they dive into the details of what's going on.
You have disappointed me, Edelgard. To think that a descendant of House Hresvelg would dare betray the Holy Church. Professor, kill Edelgard at once. She is a danger to all of Fodlan. Such a rebellious heart cannot be allowed to keep beating.
I have achieved my objective. I will retreat. Farewell, Professor. If we meet again, it will be on the battlefield. Come, Hubert.
To flee is futile, wicked girl. The Church of Seiros will raise its entire army against you until you have been captured and punished. You have defiled the Holy Tomb, dishonored the goddess, and humiliated your brethren. That crime will never be erased. Even if you burn in the eternal flames and spill all of your blood into the goddess's soil. Come, Professor. Let us return and decide upon our next course of action.
I'm not exactly on friendly terms with the princess, but I do have a few questions for her. Edelgard said that the Creststones represent power. That means she knows how to use them. She almost certainly knows other secrets of Fodlan as well. Once things calm down a bit, there's a lot more that Rhea needs to tell us. I just hope there's still time. I have this strange feeling that history is being written, that an age of anarchy is upon us. Let's hope I'm mistaken.
The leaders of the Church have misused its creed to fulfill their true desire, to rule the world. They have fooled the people of Fodlan. Long ago, they divided the Empire to create a kingdom, and then divided that kingdom to create an alliance. They did all of this to make the masses bicker amongst themselves. They caused instability in order to reinforce their own authority. They gathered gold and lived in extravagance. How? By preying on the devotion of those who wished for the goddess's salvation. Those corrupt hypocrites cannot lead Fodlan to true peace. Their foul belief system must be torn asunder so that true wisdom may finally prevail. And so, I have decided, by order of the Adrestian Emperor, Edelgard von Hresvelg, the Empire hereby declares war on the Church of Seiros.
I cannot believe it. Let us recount the situation as it stands, Professor. After you returned from the Holy Tomb, the Adrestian Empire declared war upon the Church of Seiros, as well as our allies. Edelgard demanded her own father relinquish the throne, and then assumed the position of Emperor. She has deemed the Church of Seiros to be an evil of this world, and is calling upon the people of Fodlan to help her tear it down. I must discuss our response to this declaration with the Archbishop, after the Knights return from their investigation. Until then, watch over the students. See that they remain calm.
I heard what happened, Teach. The princess, well, the Emperor now, she really did it, didn't she? The lords and dukes of both the kingdom and the alliance have been called out, and now have to choose between the Church and the Empire. The seed of conflict was always there, and now we find ourselves in the middle of a war that will tear Fodlan in two.
The Empire is rash, but I never thought it would come to this. How could something like this happen? I hope everyone back home is safe. I'm sure it's mass confusion at home right now. My brother must be worried sick about me.
You're absolutely right, Teach. I'm sure a lot of us are worried about our homes, but all we can do for now is prepare for battle and tread carefully.
Okay, so let's pause here. So we knew the Flame Emperor had like not necessarily evil intentions. Like clearly Edelgard knows some stuff about the church and the crest that we don't know, and we know that Rhea and the church have been hiding some stuff. So I'm a little tempted to feel like Edelgard is acting in good, and she does know some stuff, and the church probably needs to be overthrown. That's kind of my feeling at this point. I think I'm most surprised. So it was like nearly impossible to avoid spoilers for this game, right? Like just certain launch trailers, certain things, like I knew some things were going to happen, and like Dimitri was painted as being evil. Like, I don't know. That's all I'll say is that there were trailers and clips like they were pretty open about how Dimitri looked like he was going to kind of become evil. Even in the first video of this series, or the second video, when you get introduced to all three of them, they say Dimitri like has a dark feeling about him. Like he had something like maybe that hadn't come out yet. I don't know. So they just painted him in even kind of a bad light, even from the beginning. And so I think I'm just really surprised to see Edelgard as the Flame Emperor. And honestly, I was thinking about this earlier. Like, I was thinking how interesting it would be if the villain changed every playthrough depending on the house you picked. Like, if you pick Golden Deer, Edelgard's the evil one. If you pick Edelgard's house, like, obviously she's not going to be the Flame Emperor, so then maybe it's Dimitri. And then if you pick Dimitri's house, then maybe Claude's the evil one. I kind of thought about that before they revealed Edelgard as the Flame Emperor. I didn't think one of them was going to be the Flame Emperor. I thought that was like its own character, separate, and not just who the character was. Like, there was nothing behind that. But I was thinking like how interesting it would be for Dimitri to only be the villain in certain playthroughs. But I don't know. So now I'm really curious. I'm tempted to like Google it and research it and see if the villain actually changes, because I don't think it makes sense, right? Because you can't play Edelgard's house and then play as the villain. Maybe you do. I don't know. I might have to look into it. I mean, it's pretty crazy either way. It's really interesting.
Part 1. White Clouds. Lone Moon. To War.
We're still in part 1. Like, that's crazy. I mean, maybe there's just 2 parts and we're not halfway, but
Together, the people of Fodlan relish the beauty of the brilliant moon overhead as another year ends. They recall sad partings and new acquaintances alike, but each person must still walk their chosen path alone. With each day, the presence of spring grows stronger, and yet a lone moon still haunts the sky. A silent reminder, perhaps, of some inescapable truth.
Unforgivable! I cannot fathom that the Adrestian Empire would embark on such a violent course of action.
The fault is my own. I failed to see the wickedness within Edelgard's heart. She plotted with ill-meaning strangers to achieve her own ambitions and defiled the Holy Tomb. If that is not wicked, what is? Or perhaps her ambitions are even grander than we know. Perhaps she is planning to make herself a false deity by demonizing the Church of Seiros.
Adrestia received its very name through a divine oracle. To injure the goddess is a sin most foul that shall not be forgiven, nor forgotten. We must stop the Empire, and quickly.
I have returned, Rhea.
Welcome back, Shamir. Were you able to discern the Empire's movements?
Their main troops are marching towards Garreg Mach. It is said that they will join forces with Edelgard's army and arrive within 2 weeks.
2 weeks? That is not enough time. It will require all of our efforts just to prepare our defenses before then. We must send notice to all surrounding villages at once. We must order the residents of Garreg Mach to flee for their lives.
It will be done.
Professor, listen closely. If our enemy invades the monastery, I will have no choice but to stand upon the battlefield. If something happens to me, I am entrusting my sacred duties to you. You must have guessed it by now. The truth of who you are. Or perhaps I should say, your lost memories are surely beginning to return. I have acted all these long years as a mere proxy for you. But the duty is yours, and yours alone. Only you can lead the people of Fodlan.
Rhea, please. You must tell me all that you know. I beg of you. That one is the progenitor god. Am I correct?
In a sense. Our dear professor is a vessel. One who carries the power of the progenitor god within. In time, the vessel will become one with the power contained within, and the progenitor god shall return to this world.
I see. I trust that you are aware of the questionable nature of this experiment. But I suppose there is no turning back.
I ask that you help our friend. And in doing so, help her. I am waiting and hoping for the moment when our creator rules this wayward land once more.
I am sorry, but I cannot do this. I am not certain it is just.
So I just want to pause here. I didn't know what progenitor meant, so I looked it up. So it's a person or thing from which a person, animal, or plant is descended or originates. So a progenitor god would be like an ancestor or parent god, is what Google says. So it's an ancestor or parent god. I don't know if they're specifically referring to Sothis as the progenitor god. So that's a little confusing. I feel like they've said Sothis is the goddess of Fodlan, so I don't know who would be her parent or her ancestor or her superior. So I think that's just got to be what it is. The main character is a vessel for Sothis, who's the goddess of Fodlan. And Rhea's known this a long, long time that this was going to happen. And she wants to let Sothis come back in and rule, which I guess is a good thing. I don't see how that would be bad. Sothis is good. She's the goddess. She protects Fodlan. So I don't know. I feel like I'm less suspicious of Rhea now, because that seems like good intentions. I mean, clearly it's risky. Clearly she's doing stuff in secret, and I mean, but I don't blame her, right? She can't be super obvious about it. So I don't know. It's just wanted to kind of explain that because I didn't know what progenitor meant.
Brother, I believe in my professor. I wish to help, no matter the cost.
Flayn, were you eavesdropping? I understand. You owe your life to the professor, after all. And we cannot leave behind one who may be our brethren.
You have my gratitude, Sedith. And you as well, Flayn. As followers of the progenitor god, it is up to us to see our mission through.
This has been just such a plot twist. Oh, even the background music changed. It's not like happy-go-lucky anymore. Dang, we only have one free day, one teaching day. 2 free days, 1 teaching day. Man. What's the level of the mission? 23. Okay, immediately we need to equip the knowledge gems, because those are actually game-changing. And we need to give it to the people who are the highest level, because they need to up their class experience the most. Okay, for some reason we have Sedith in our party now. I don't know what that's about. Honestly, I don't think he's very good. I don't know, his stats look pretty good. I kind of feel like I want Hilda to have it. She's not the highest level, but I want her to be able to get to her class soon, if that makes sense, because she's going to be a pretty important tank. So I'll store that. I can't forget that I stored that. I want to give that to someone else. She can have the knowledge gem. Oh, I need to recertify her too. I can't forget about that. And then probably Ignatz is what I'm thinking. He doesn't have anything equipped, so that will work out. And then Leonie, she doesn't really need more accuracy. Might as well give it to her though. Is it plus 10%? Yeah, plus 10 hit. I mean, she's already got really good hit, so it doesn't really matter with her. So I've got the knowledge gems equipped. Oh, what's the deal with that freaking rusted bow? I'm like so disappointed with that thing. Oh man, let's see. Gotta find the convoy. The bows, rusted bow. Oh man, I'm gonna have a high enough professor level. Get out of here. I'm probably gonna forget about that, to be honest. Let's see if anything else opened up in here. No, not that I can see. Let's see the armory. That all pretty much looks the same. Let's definitely replenish everyone. I don't think I need to repair anything. Just one support convo. Just trying to wrap my brain around what's happening. I just don't understand what Sedith is doing in my party. I'm not gonna worry about him for now, I don't think. I've got the knowledge gems. Oh yeah, certification. Cause that's the other thing. She got abilities, like she mastered ability, there it is. Okay, so you do have to come equip them. If unit initiates combat grants attack speed of +6, wow, that's crazy. Oh, tough one, probably maybe max HP. Hit avoid +20 when using a lance against sword. That's pretty specific, but 5 HP. We'll go ahead and do that. Let's make sure no one else has a insane ability that I'm not equipping. Oh man, I can't worry about Sedith right now. Oh, that's right. He got rally strength. That could come in handy. How much is it? +4? Yeah, +4. Sword avoid. Oh, when using a sword. I think we're good there. I think she did get... Oh, cool. Can be activated only when 3 allied flyers, including this unit, are adjacent to an enemy. That's like kind of old school. That used to be... I forget what games exactly that was in, but I remember definitely in the first Fire Emblem for the West. If you had like 3 Pegasus riders. Yeah, and it gave a crazy crit chance. I mean, that's like... I'm not going to be able to set that up very often. Definitely not now. Okay. Let's go ahead and do Leonie, right? Because, yeah, she's mastered... Wait, what? She only has... What? Why can she not go Wyvern? What? What is this about? Axe? You have to have Axe up? Where's Pegasus Knight? I mean, I am a Pegasus Knight. Where's Falcon Knight? You have to have... Oh my gosh. Flying And sword? Alright, I'm a little confused at this point. Alright guys, so I had to take a moment there and just look through all this, because I definitely have not planned this out like I should have. I'm gonna give you an example. There's pretty much an issue with all the characters. So like Lawrence, right, I was envisioning him being just reason magic and faith magic. But when you come look at him in his master classes, he doesn't have that option. He can't be just reason and faith if I want to get him to this final tier class. So what I've realized, right, is for Lawrence, you can see I need writing of A or higher, which obviously I've not put any writing into him. And then like same with Claude, right? I was picturing him just being an archer, which for the advanced class it's fine. You can be sniper and just get there with archer skills, but then when you get to this master class, there's no like just bow class. The only one that uses bows is Bow Knight. So I have to get his lance and his riding skill up pretty high. And so, I mean, you don't have to get the master class, but that's just how you optimize. So I don't know. I wrote everything down. When we do the teaching the next time, I'm going to change pretty much everyone up. Because it's pretty crazy how off I am. Yeah, so I realized that with Leonie, I've decided I'm not going to get her to an advanced class. I don't think it's worth it. I'm just going to wait for her to get to level 30 and she can go straight to Falco Knight. I don't think it's that big of a deal. But yeah, for everyone else, it's going to require major goal changes. So, I mean, yeah, it's fine. I'm not really that frustrated because it's my first playthrough. I'm trying to avoid looking stuff up online. I'd rather just figure it out. So I'm fine with it. But yeah, for sure, everyone needs some changes. We're going to go into Explore. And just like the last videos, I might wind up cutting this out. Alright guys, I'm done exploring. Nothing too eventful. A lot of the people around the monastery are just talking about how, you know, crazy the events are. But other than that, nothing crazy. Go ahead and end the free time. Yeah, I still can't get over kind of how off I am on the goals. Honestly, I'm not really that mad about it because it's pretty cool that like we're on almost video number 40, and I'm still learning stuff about how this game works. I just think that speaks to how deep the game is and how really different it is from previous games. Like previous games, you wouldn't really have to worry about all these different skills. So I definitely encourage you, go look through all the classes, go through the progression of each character that you want, and figure out what skills you need to get to each step, because you may be surprised. So Lawrence, I need to get his writing up. So he kind of hinted at it at one point, the ideal role. So we'll give him that, because he needs a writing of A or higher. So he's good. We're going to come back to Claude in a little bit. He's good. Raphael, I have it all written down. He needs to get his axe up. He can't do anything with heavy armor. There we go. So axe and brawling. That's what I need for him. Axe, brawling, reason, horse. Ignatz actually needs lance and riding. So he needs a lance and he needs riding, because he does not need any more archer. Lysithea just needs to get her faith up. So what I have with her is fine. Marianne needs to get her reason up, actually. So we'll do reason and faith. Oh my gosh, there's an E in reason. She needs an A. She needs an A. Hilda. Okay, Hilda needs heavy armor of A, riding of B+. So riding, heavy armor. And then Leonie needs sword and flying. So we're gonna give her sword, flying. She has no sword experience. Awesome. Sedith, I just can't be bothered. I don't even want to mess with him. And then Flame. Flame needs reason and faith at A, so we're moving her along. And then Claude needs a lance and riding. None of these people better come ask me to change their stuff, because the answer is no. You all need to follow the path that I'm telling you to follow. And none of you are going to get what you want. Alright, I'm just checking my notes again. And then, let's see, who... I probably need to switch to a riding class. Riding for maybe any of them. Hilda, Ignatz, Lawrence, Claude. Perfect. They have, looks like strength. They look happy to do that. So we'll go ahead and do that for them. And then, God, I don't even know who's the most. I should focus on the people that need to get up in 2 areas. So Ignat. I'm glad they tell you in the bottom right what they're focused on, because I would forget. Let's his lance only needs to be at a C, but his riding needs to be at A. So we need to focus on riding.
No. I'll keep... It's fun.
Claude, same thing. I need to get his riding up. At least he has a strength in it.
That was... Let's do... That was... Experience...
Cool, so they both got a level up there. Who else needs 2? Hilda and Leonie are struggling. Let's see. She needs to get her riding up. And then Leonie, she needs sword and flying. Flying needs to be a B+, where sword just needs C, but sword is pretty far behind.
Nope.
Because we're not far off. You could get to the master class at level 30. Okay, who else is gonna have a struggle? Raphael needs an axe A. He probably has no axe. And then Marianne needs reason. Gosh, she's got no reason. Probably focus on Raphael. He needs axe.
It's... That...
We'll give Marianne some reason. I'm curious to see what reason spells she gets, actually. All right.
I'd like to confirm.
I'm staggered by how routinely the students seem to neglect their studies in favor of petty romance. Dude, you just got here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, romance is a natural part of growing up. Get out of here. You just got here and you're critiquing my class. Claude. Let's see what Claude has to say.
Hey, Teach. Do you believe in gods? I don't necessarily mean the goddess of the Saros religion, just gods in general. Do you believe that incredible beings who control the fates of all really exist?
I mean, there was one in my head and I just fused with her and it changed my eye color, so I kind of feel like I have to say yes. I have a little too much evidence at this point.
That's not the answer I was expecting. Though, honestly, I've recently become a bit of a believer myself. I've always hated the idea of praying to a god. After all, you can only really rely on yourself. I still believe that. You can't win a war by leaving your fate in the hands of a god. Only tangible facts can really decide a war. Which side has the most troops, the best tactics, the better organization and planning. Of course, miracles can happen. And by that, I mean things that are completely outside of your control. Things that only seem to add up if you believe in the concept of fate. Things like, well, like meeting you, for example. You just seem sort of impossible. I think everyone would agree with that. You can wield the sword of the Creator, you're a tactical genius, and you have this strange ability to earn the trust of anyone you cross paths with. Before I met you, I never imagined that it was possible for someone like you to exist. And yet, now that I know you, your presence in my life has quickly become invaluable. In fact, it's hard to imagine making my dreams come true without your help. Because of that, I can't believe for a second that our meeting was just a coincidence. That means it must have been fate. Maybe it was a miracle, or maybe some god empathized with me in my dreams. Again, I don't mean the goddess of Fodlan, though I suppose it may be hard for you to grasp what I'm talking about. People all over the world have different ideas about who or what the gods are, right? Even in distant lands across the ocean or over the mountains. They have gods who see the world as a whole, who don't care about Fodlan's borders, who don't meddle in our affairs, who don't grant life or take it away. And maybe, sometimes, they'll make a miracle happen. A god like that, that's the sort of god I think I could believe in. Careful, Teach. You'll anger the followers of Seiros if you say things like that. I'm just speaking my mind, that's all. I think people should be free to believe in whatever gods they want. If a person believes in a god and that god becomes a support system for them, that's a good thing. That's what a god should be. Anyway, maybe I've overstepped a bit. I knew you'd understand. In any case, let's keep this conversation between the two of us, yeah?
That's pretty interesting dialogue.
Lawrence, I hope you... Then don't... Consider it... You're right.
Guess I'm still growing.
Let's see. Yeah, I definitely want to explore, get everyone's motivation up. I'll edit this out and then we'll cut to once I finish. Alright, so I'm done exploring. Again, nothing too eventful. I did level up my professor level, which is pretty good. Everyone's max motivation except for Sedith because I don't care about him. We're gonna save. I've been doing the tournament a good amount just to use up the rest of the activity points because it gives a decent amount of money. Let's just go and end the free time for now.
Listen up, everyone. The Imperial Army is upon us. If you can fight, pick up a weapon. Everyone else, hurry up and evacuate. We have the goddess's protection on our side. We have nothing to fear. Victory will be ours.
Professor, are you ready? Well, hurry up. I don't need to tell you that the situation is dire. We have some support troops from the local nobles, but the army we're facing is immense. No matter how you look at it, we're at a disadvantage. To make matters worse, the enemy is being led by Edelgard. Do not underestimate how extraordinary her abilities are.
She's back already? Talk about impatient.
If we don't stop them, the Academy will be destroyed. Prepare for battle, everyone!
We will stop Edelgard's rampage!
Our opponent is formidable. But if we work together, we will not fail.
Enough talking. Let's go!
Dear Goddess, please protect us all. I shall fight with all that I have. It is an honor to fight alongside each of you. Professor, Claude, you'll lead the way, won't you? You won't let any of us fall, right?
I wanted to talk to Rhea first, but as expected, that won't be possible. What did she hope to accomplish at the Holy Tomb? What happened to you as a baby? There are still so many things I need to know. The same goes for the real origin of the Crest Stones and the Hero's Relics. As for Seiros and Nemesis, just how much of their mythology is true? It's true. But lucky for me, I refuse to die with so much still unknown. Hey, Teach, all joking aside, can we possibly survive this battle? That's all we can do, right? If we gave up, the God of Fate wouldn't be happy. I'm a lot of things, but I'm not the kind of man to just roll over and die in a place like this. I have my own ambitions to see to. There are things, dreams, that I must see come to fruition. And I've been thinking, I want you to see those dreams realized as well. On top of all that, there are still so many secrets out there, just waiting to be uncovered. We can't let that stand, can we? So, Teach, no, scratch that. You're so much more. You're my ally and my friend. Teach, friend, none of those words quite capture what you've come to mean to me. We may not be connected by blood, but I believe our bond goes deeper than that. Now that we know each other, our hearts are connected. Even if our paths diverge and we're forced to say goodbye, I know that we'll meet again. And so, for lack of a better word, I gratefully call you my friend. And I hold fast to the belief that this isn't it for us. No matter who or what you really are, I'll always be on your side. You can't count on much in this world, but you can count on that.
Oh, Claude. That was nice. Okay, I'm gonna save and end the video here. I'm excited. This next battle I think is gonna be insane. Let's just check it out. Let's read it. The Imperial Army, led by Edelgard, advances on Garreg Mach as everyone struggles to process this turn of events. The grim reality of war fast approaches. Nice. Okay. That's gonna be really cool. I'm gonna end the video here and we'll tackle that in the next one. Thanks for watching.